All right, guys, here we go. Making a few videos today. It's a crazy one, right? So today I wanted to talk about Bitcoin here real quick. It looks like we're seeing downward pressure. A lot of weird stuff going on in the market, though, that I think is also very positive. So you can see Bitcoin here is down a lot, right? Like it's already down 4.5% on the day. Not a good look. About to drop under 60. I think that could happen. I made some posts talking about how we can go down to 52 in this range right over here where we start to hit a peak in the volume profile. I do not see us going down to the 40s whatsoever, especially with the halving only a couple of days away. I think this is our blowout bottom that we're experiencing right now in Bitcoin, and I don't even know if it's going to be that bad. So I'm saying that we can go down, 12, 13% to this other volume shelf, right? That's the worst case downside. But the upside right now, I believe in the next year, could be anywhere from like almost 50% to this next fib level here at 92,000 to 145% upside. So very important to note that. Again, does 13% downside scare you more than 145% upside over this year? I personally, I would take that bet, and I'm buying pretty hard. But here's what I wanted to show you. This is what's also exciting about today. What's exciting is how miners are doing. Now MicroStrategy's down, but again, that was operating at a premium. That can happen. But I want you to look at CleanSpark price action here. Look at this. Look at this for the day. So again, CleanSpark is still like up off the highs by like from its low of the bear market by 867%. There was the possibility that we could drop and fill this gap down here, right, on the daily time frame, and that could still happen in the $10 range. Gavin 24, let's go. You're right. But here's what I love about the price action right now. It's starting to turn bullish on CleanSpark. And on a day where Bitcoin is down 4.5%, CleanSpark is up 0.76, now 0.83 for a second, still finding support on this downward resistance line that it's been able to do multiple times, since February, early February. So this is actually exciting. And the upside, I would say in months for this stock, maybe like 3 months, a quarter, is we could see the downside risk if we fill this gap of 26%, but we could see 71% upside. And I actually think that number for the end of the year could easily be 129 or higher. Higher. You got to remember, this thing's already been at $24 levels, and right now is at 14. So there's a tremendous amount of upside. Again, just getting to the previous all-time high, it's almost 70%. Just in the 52-week high, just the recent high. Loading the boat on the dip. I am too. I just don't know how far we're going to dip. I'm actually starting to think that maybe we get a wick just down to the 100 moving average at 57K, right around there, and then we go up. I mean, look, it was perfect support in January, right? And then really the last time we were under the 100 moving average was all the way back to October. So that was when we were bearish on this thing. Otherwise, we found it as support. And when Bitcoin, from my experience in bull markets with Bitcoin going back to 2017, I can tell you this. In a bull market, when Bitcoin starts to really take off, it usually respects support at the 100 moving average. Okay? Doesn't matter. We just keep buying. The others stay poor. Fuck yeah. That's right. That's right, Benedict. That's totally right. So again, I'm not worried about 13.5% downside. I can pull probably another 6 figures to be able to buy that fucking dip. Right now, easily accessible $35,000, $40,000 that I just have sitting in cash. But I can find more if I need to. And there's still an argument here that on Bitcoin, this is a descending wedge and that this was kind of a double top. Sure, triple top. You could make that over the short term. You can make that. And yes, we can go down to 57,000. But the fact that Bitcoin miners are starting to look resilient, CleanSpark's up 1.2% now, I think is astonishing. And it is signal. It is signal that the miners are becoming a safe haven asset right now. And actually here, I want to do something else. I'm not going to pull up that one. I want to switch this to my miners list because I've got more on here. I want to look at my pie chart. Again, look at this. Some of the miners not doing well. Again, MicroStrategy is the worst. I might actually have to buy more MicroStrategy because it's down 7% on the day, but it can drop more. Don't forget, with the premium that this thing is running at, it's about a $20 billion company right now, something like that. The actual underlying assets with everything probably put this at about 14 billion. So there's more downside risk, but the upside potential and the multiplier on this is probably 2x Bitcoin because of the fact that Saylor he buys Bitcoin with it when it's overvalued. And I could see more of that happening. So again, he's probably going to wait. He's probably going to wait until this thing drops, let it run up again, and then buy more Bitcoin, or maybe do a debt offering and not do a stock dilution, because you wouldn't stock dilute at this level, but you would do a debt offering where you take out some debt at a low interest rate and then you buy more Bitcoin with it. I could see him doing that here soon, maybe if we keep on dropping. But right now, 1168 is stupid low. So that is a great number. I'm actually, while we're talking here, I'm going to pull up my investment account and I'm going to buy some more just real quick. But look at this, though. Look at the strength. TeraWolf up 2.67%. CleanSpark up 1.31. Even Hut 8 up 1.24. Bitfarms up 1.17. Iron up 0.46. You know, and even the ones that are down, like even Mara is the worst on this list, negative 0.82. These are acting like stable coins, guys. That is very exciting in my opinion. I think that this is a great representation that even though Bitcoin is trying to break lower, it wants to break lower and it might break lower. And you might see one last wick down in some of these. But I think the fact that we're seeing such strength right now, let me go back over, such strength in some of these miners is a beautiful thing. And CleanSpark and TeraWolf are marking that potential upside, even though I'm not a fan of TeraWolf. But real quick, give me 1 second. We'll get back to this. I just got to buy like another 10 shares of MicroStrategy super fast. Should I give 10? You know, I'll be conservative. I'm only going to get 5 more. Be conservative. Just in case we drop, because I want to have a little bit more quick cash for a major drop that might send it just a lot lower. And I know my poor friend Caleb Franzen's probably fucking hating life right now because he was pushing that narrative about MicroStrategy being way stronger than miners, and it ain't turning out super well today. But I do think that, again, there's value in MicroStrategy, and that's why I'm buying that dip on it today, not miners that are up. I'm buying the dip on MicroStrategy because that is a good play for a 2x multiplier that can have some wicked moves up and down. It's a great trade. And I also, again, I believe, though, that the higher return potential is going to be coming out of miners, and I think that all that's going to prove out to be true. It just is. It's the way it works. I used to be a Bitcoin miner. I had a warehouse. I invested $120,000 roughly dollars into the whole experience, and I did it for a year and a half. So I do know a little bit about mining and how difficult it is. Hey, Benedict. Yep. Hey, man. Hope life is treating you well in Singapore. Tyler, could change the pattern. What do you mean by could change the pattern? Let me see. What did you say first? Tyler, people have been expecting BTC to act the same as the last halving, but these new eyes could change them. So I don't know. Last halving, Bitcoin actually did really well because we had March of 2020 where things were really down. Previous halving, I think that was the second halving, it sold off after the news and did worse. But this one, since we've already gotten neutered a decent amount on Bitcoin, and some of these miners, I mean, look at this. Look at this right now with CleanSpark. And throw out questions, guys. I'm happy to answer them in this one. We'll go as deep as we need to go to reassure you guys that the sky is not going to fall, even if we do drop in price. But, I mean, CleanSpark was down 40%, right? That's a pretty decent drop. And Bitcoin, let's just move this around here and see where Bitcoin is for its toppiness. Not as much. Down 17% roughly, maybe 18% from the high. I'm saying that it could go down to the 100 moving average and be a 23% drop. But again, some of these miners are down over 50%, guys. Really gotten hit. Let's pull up some more here. Let's look at Mara. Mara's a better one in the list. They at least have some potential. Mara, how far is Mara down from its high? Let's look at some numbers here. Mara is down from its 52 week. That's a little low. I didn't quite get that right. 57%. Boy, you Mara pigs. You guys fucked up, didn't you? I just want to say something to all the Mara pigs. And I'm sorry if this affects individual investors because I don't mind Mara holders at all. I just hate the pigs. They can fuck off. I do like to see pigs roasted. It's delicious. I love ham. But I just want to say to the Mara pigs that told me that I was a fucking idiot for selling Mara up near here and then buying some of this other stuff instead, like CleanSpark and Cypher. I hope you enjoy your 60% drop. I hope that felt really good. Just to the pigs, not the stockholders. Just to the pigs. Because fuck you guys. Fuck you. All right, let's look at some more. Let's look at Cypher. I think Cypher's gotten hit again recently too. And are we getting our big drop yet in Bitcoin? Is it going underneath? Oh, it's negative 5%. We're breaking under. We're breaking under, guys. All right, I'm going to get us a little bit. So we'll check back in a second. We're looking for the previous wick here to go underneath. We're looking for the 100 moving average to act as support. So I'm going to have something there too. And then we'll put another alert here down in that 53 range in case we do get a wicked wick for some reason. If we go to 53, guys, I might be selling a lot of my other shit. So, but this is good. We're getting the drop, guys. We're getting the drop. Let me look here. So Cypher. Oh, it looks like MicroStrategy is going lower. Love it. What did we get for a Cypher drop? What are we down right now from its recent 52-week high? Let me kill that. Oh, what a day. James bought BTC today. You know what? James has done so fucking good, man. And I have no doubt that he's in a position where he could buy more. Again, he's a brilliant guy. It's just one of those things where, you know, he loves Tesla. He loves innovation. That's been fucked lately, right? That's been fucked. I love it too. I'm buying that dip. And then again, Bitcoin related stuff. Of course I'm buying that fucking dip, just like he is. I bought MicroStrategy today. I don't think that makes me an idiot. I think that makes me fucking brilliant in 3 to 6 months. Cypher's down 42%. So still better than Mara. Love it. And this is a lower cap, so this is going to have more volatility, right? And CleanSpark, what did CleanSpark have in its drop? It was down. Oh, so it's down more now. So it is actually starting to see red at around 41, 42%. Give me 1 second, guys. My geriatric Jack Russell is coming to the door. 1 second. Go, Jack. Go. I love my dog, but she's super fucking old, and she pees all the time, and constantly needs to be taken outside. And I will do that in a second. I'm not a dog abuser, but she just drives me a little batshit crazy. Anyway, so we're down about 42% now on Cypher. So these are great buy zones. If we get down to the 100 moving average, not financial advice, the 57,000 range, I would soak that shit up and buy. And if for some reason we get down to 53, 52, I am going to buy the hell out of that dip. Definitely buy the dip. Let's look too with miners. Real quickly, we'll rock through each one here. So Mara's sucking right now. Looks really strong in the 12 range. Really strong in the 12 range. That's going to be amazing support. Let's look at the miners and say tell you where there's support. Cypher. Again, Cypher is already super close to support. Support is like $3.20 to $3. Massive levels of support on Cypher. So I don't think that's going much further. CleanSpark already has a strong level of support. We could try and wick underneath here again, maybe get down to the 13 range. I don't see anything underneath of that is just easy money. I would be a massive buyer, and might have to be. We'll see. All right, let me go back. So somebody wanted Bitfarms. Let's look at Bitfarms. Again, I don't own any of this one. And this one has suffered greatly. God, this is another one I sold out of and got tons of shit from people. But it is down 56% from its high and was down 57%. Now, luckily, we are going to hit support on the .382 at the 160 range. I would think that's strong support. If it's not, we hit another volume peak at 146. I would think that is strong support. If for some reason it got down to the low ones, I might buy Bitfarms. Not options. Stay away from options, guys. There's a reason. When I was talking for months, half a year really, about how I don't own options anymore for Bitcoin related investments. There's a fucking reason I don't, right? Like maybe it's the fact that Bitfarms was down 57% from its 52-week high just in March, right? And imagine if you own the options, what happened to you? You were just fucking destroyed. Fucking destroyed. So again, just use options as the tools they're meant to be for asymmetric bets to the upside or downside that you have tons of time for them to pay out and that are a high multiple of return, at least 3x the underlying asset, preferably 10. If you look at CleanSpark options right now, they fucking suck. They suck. They're shit. Even right now, they're not even a good price. Let me show you this. Let me just let's go July of 2025 because January 2026 is just fucking stupid. Let's look at the $37 strike. There's a high amount of these, right? Let's look at this as a number I would actually have. Let's say 100 of these. This is a number that I would have if I was in options. Let's put this at a 140 strike for what I believe to be the ultimate potential for CleanSpark. And let's look at that. Oh yeah, it's good, right? But here's the thing. It's only 2x the underlying. Only 2x. And that's if we hit peakity peak. If we don't get all the way up to that, and for some reason, let's say we stop at 100, you're getting, again, just about less than 2x. And if for some reason we can't get that high, again, this is just a little over a year from now, about a year and a half from now, right? It's actually closer to a year right now, a year of time for this to play out. And we only get to 70 by that time, which is probably true, right? Because we're not going to get to the peak potentially by July of 2025. Historically, that tells us that it happens in like September, October, November, December. And maybe it does happen before that. But what if it doesn't? What if it's only in the 60s? Then you're getting 496% returns instead of 335. That is not enough upside. That's not enough for the potential of 100% losses. It's just not. You need at least 3 to 10x, guys. 3 to 10x. So please don't buy fucking options right now. They're not that good. You watch my options video, run the options calculator. It's just not worth it. And I'm the guy who loves options at the right time, right? I'm buying a bunch of fucking shit with Tesla. It's not like I'm bearish on options. You just have to know when to use them. So again, Bitcoin wants to test under 60. What people don't realize here, though, is, guys, what people don't realize on Bitcoin's price action is that it might just test down a little bit, might not even make it to 57. Maybe it liquidates down over here, and then all of a sudden you can start to make the case that this is actually turning into a bull flag. Even if it got to 57, I could make the argument that it's a falling broadening wedge, which is a bullish pattern. So, yeah, hit the like, please, guys. Hit the like. If you're here, hit the like. It takes like no fucking effort. And I do put some effort into this each day, trying to pass on whatever knowledge I might have. So please hit the like. Even if you fucking hate me, hit the like. You can get more people on it. You can talk shit. I don't care. Especially if you're a paying member, since that's the only thing that's opened up right now. If you pay money, guys, talk all the shit you want. I will keep you around. Anyway, but yeah, so I'll just make this argument. Don't be in options right now for Bitcoin-related investments. I think that's fucking stupid. And be prepared for a 57 drop, but also be prepared that we could go to 52 or not even go that far at all. Thank you, Dylan, for the like. I appreciate you, sir. All right, so again, I've given you some targets here for Bitfarms, for CleanSpark, for Cypher. Do you guys have any other questions at all? We're closer to real time. I think I made this stream low latency so that I could get, I think I did. Let me just check real quick. Did I make it low latency? I should have. Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. So we should be very real time on our conversation, guys. I'm going to start looking through comments. Gavin said James bought today. He should have. I'm buying today. What's Microstrategy at? Is it dropping more? Should I buy more? Oh, it's down 8%. All right, I'm going to buy a little more. I'll buy a little more. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. Just going to buy 5 more. Got to do my part, guys. And buy. Okay, cool. All right. Got that done. All right, so let's see here. Tyler, people expecting BTC to... Yeah, we already covered that. Benedict bought 4 Microstrategy shares. Good for you, my brother. He's from Singapore. Patrick Reddy, last halving, we had the stimmies. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No, don't even factor that into the fucking equation. Every halving is driven by the fundamentals. Okay, we might have had stimmies, but you have to remember too that we had a pandemic and it was just a really fucked up time. Sure, that liquidity was increasing. You could make the argument right now. Michael Howell is saying that liquidity could slow down and has slowed down so far this year. Since January 1st, liquidity has been lower than expected in the United States. That is a legitimate fact. So, and he's saying that it could last for a month or two before it picks up again. That's also a legitimate thing that could happen. Sure. But it doesn't fucking matter because we're still reducing supply from 900 to 450 in 2 days, 48 hours. And that is a real world impact. And now you have Hong Kong related ETFs. You've got ETFs in the United States. You've got ETFs spinning up in Korea. You've got ETFs in Brazil. You got so many fucking inflows that we've never had before. And here's the thing, even if global liquidity is low for a couple more months, like Michael Howell says, Michael Howell is one of the people that made me rich in 2022, or helped richer, I should say. I was already pretty rich, but richer. I mean, again, I made 700% last year. So I became a millionaire in a decent way and got to 3.3 million. In my investments, and a lot of that was because of him just focusing on global liquidity, and Tom Lee and people like that. So, could we have a down month for a month or two? Yes, we could. I've even spoke to this. I've done videos that talk about the fact that show data from the halving, and you know what? Maybe real quickly, let me try and pull that up, and then I'll speak to it because I think that is actually a really good thing that we should be talking about. Is how Bitcoin transaction fees, and not just transaction fees, but how Bitcoin block rewards and transaction fees recover over time. I want to show that because I think that that's a big deal, and it's something that you need to look at. Let me see if I can find it real quick. So many Bitcoin related things. Is this it? Was that it? Is that it? No. Bitcoin exchanges. Oh my God. I wish bookmarks were better. I wish bookmarks were better in here. They're just not. They're just not. I know it's in here, but bookmarks just suck. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find any of this. Oh, is this it? I think that there are many good tools for identifying the potential top of the cycle, thermocap, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's interesting, but it's not what I was looking for. Oh, I wish these bookmarks didn't suck. One second. Give me a sec, guys. Have faith. I'm going to get there. Hopefully. Where are my fucking bookmarks? It's almost easier to look this shit up on YouTube. Maybe that's what I'll have to do. I'll have to start pulling up my YouTube videos because I just can't find this shit at all in here, which sucks. All right, here's me telling you that Bitcoin could drop to 57 or 52, okay? That was in April 12th. So again, I've called this for a while. Jesus, dude, I think maybe this thing just started out too low. Maybe that's it. Let me get up higher. 1 second. I will find this. Don't leave. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Cool. Found it. This is one. All right, so what I wanted to point out in here, and I think I might have cleaned this up a little bit in a future one. Okay, but it's good enough. So this is the combination of block rewards and transaction fees. And what we're looking at here, the blue line, the vertical line, is the first halving event. It took 10 months for the payouts to get where they were before when it came to fees and block rewards, right? So it took 10 months to get to where it was higher. You can see how this is higher than over here. Now, difficulty increased it over 10 months. So arguably, maybe it took even longer for the miners to get to where they're more profitable, right? But the second halving, which is actually the third halving, whatever, the second halving listed here, it took 6 months. And then the fees went up a shit ton, right? And you can see where the fees went up a lot here too. This is a projection. This is me with showing what, right here before this line, before the halving, showing what transaction fees are at now, how much higher they were. Look at the bases for block rewards and fees and how much higher our payouts are in US dollars now. Now, my projection has us at about 3 to 4 months of needing to, grind before we get to higher highs. So if anything, what this is showing us is that each halving that's occurred, the second, the third, now the fourth, that the fees recover quicker than they have before. So if anything, we could expect more upside pressure in the future than downside risk. That's my argument. And again, I've been telling you, I think for several weeks now, that months actually on and off, I said that we could go to 92. That didn't happen. But I've also been saying in my other argument that 57 and 52 are totally in play. And it looks like we're going down. We're going down fast now. I might have to get some more trades going. Ooh, this is exciting. I love this shit. All right, let's get this. Let's zoom in, guys. Love it. Love it. Also, there's something else that we'll talk about in a second, but it's the daily candle volume and weekly candle volume. And when you hit really powerful peaks in that volume, you mark bottoms and tops. And I think we're getting ready to set a bottom here. We're under 60. This is fucking great. Anyway, I'm going to get caught back up with questions. Should I buy more Microstrategy? What are we at? Nope, it's still only down about 8. So I'm going to wait on Microstrategy. I'm going to wait, buy more. All right, so let's look over here. Let's see how the miners are doing real quick, and then I'll get back to questions. Mara's only down 1%. Shocking. Cypher's down 0.74. Remember how you guys cried? I mean, I won't say you guys. A lot of people cried about how bad miners were performing. CleanSpark is almost green. Is Bitfarms? Bitfarms is green. Up 1.75%. 1.5 now. So again, guys, like, you just got to have stuff in perspective. If we look here, and let me just do this. I'm going to switch from Mara to my miner pie chart to where we can look at more at once. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Look at these miners. Bitfarms, Wolf, Hut are green. CleanSpark, Iron, almost. Riot, almost. Cypher, almost. Mara, only down like less than 1%. Even though Bitcoin is down 5.3%. And honestly, this is the worst drop I've ever seen. And by worst, I mean just really pathetic. It's just not much of a drop at all. I actually wonder, let's pull up CoinGlass. I want to see where the liquidation levels are real quick. We're going to have some fun with this. Let's look at liquidation. Let me see. Do I want map or just regular? Got a pretty big buy wall. Sell wall's not that great. Let me go back here. Let's go to 30. This is perpetual, so we're not seeing a lot there. This probably isn't giving us the best view. The heat map might be what I want. Yeah, let's go to heat. I don't know the difference between Model 1 and Model 2. I might have to look that up. Let's bring this out further. Let's look at where liquidation levels are. All right, so this isn't showing a lot beneath us. Let me go back further. We might have liquidated to this side. Yeah, it looks like we had a lot back here. I think we're already liquidating a lot of the longs. You know what this means? And we'll look at the other model too, just to see what it looks like. But this means that it's more profitable to liquidate people higher than lower. We don't have, let me look at Model 1 and see how much it differs. I'm going to go out 3 months because I really want to look at the long time frames here. Yeah, so all the money now, guys, all the money is to liquidating, is to having the price go up. This is super important for you to understand. And then I'll get back to comments here in a second, sorry. But there is no money to be made from shorting this, at least the liquidation levels. It means that, and I won't say that, let me word it better. The amount of the drop severity is much lower when you don't have a huge number of liquidations. And liquidations are shown here, right? The lighter the color, the greater the amount of liquidations. If we shot up to 71.5 or whatever, there's $2 billion worth of liquidations. If we drop lower here towards like 58, there's 435 million. And then there's a little bit more, 620-ish million in total underneath of us. So the pain trade, especially as you go higher here, look at this: 1.3 billion, half a billion, billion, multiple billion. All the pain is if the price goes up, which means that market makers will do a lot better if they're long on Bitcoin right now, not necessarily with leverage, but if they buy stock and they have or let's say they put leverage in for long and then they're a whale, like a big ass whale, and they push this thing higher, they can liquidate more to the upside than they can to the down, and that's what you want to see. I highly doubt the real money to be made for downside price action is at 51, and that's when it starts. I just don't think we can get down there, guys. I don't. This is such a huge chasm to get down to that level, and there's just not a lot of short ball or a long call volume to liquidate to drive the price that low. I just don't see it. And again, I've said this multiple times before, but Bitcoin miners will show their move first. Again, you got to realize Bitfarms went down, 60%? So it's already felt the pain of what Bitcoin is doing right now because it moves first, right? And look at this, even Bitcoin is starting to bounce a little bit. I honestly think that we can get to 57, we can get to 52, potentially, but I think that the pain trade is quickly turning into being short Bitcoin. It is for these miners. And imagine what happens with these miners. Let's look at miners. Let's look at short interest on miners right now. Let's look at it on Microstrategy too. Microstrategy has, and this might not be perfect today, 20% short interest. Oh, and I have that new site. I haven't done that yet. I need to. There's a site that's going to give me short interest up to like the current day and like hour. It might even be like by the minute on all these companies. So I'll have that spun up soon. CleanSpark has 12% short interest right now. So MicroStrategy is really the pain trade. It says at 20%. And I don't know, again, if this is a perfect match for today. I will know that with this new site. Bitfarms is at 9.45% short interest. That's what this is saying on here. Let's look at Mara. Looks like most people are focused on Mara's down or 15.46. So it's got a lot of short interest. It's closer to MicroStrategy. Let's look at HUD 8. This one's got to be bad. Let's see. This is like easy money in my opinion. If there's any minor, 10%. Okay. So people are really not liking Mara. The shorts are really after Mara. That's interesting. Let's look at Iron and some of these others. And I've got to get that other one set up. I really do. I got to get that set up. I think it's really important that I get short interest to the hour. I think that'll be helpful for all you guys. Short interest for Iron is 1.7%. I mean, again, that kind of makes sense. They don't have a lot of debt. And so it's probably just not worth it to short it. They're probably not going to fail. If anything, they just get acquired. Wolf. Let's look at Wolf. Short interest is 19.45. Oh, it's because of their debt probably. So people are much more bearish on Wolf. That's fascinating. That's fascinating. But again, they're losing money, right? Net income, negative 10 million. Whereas you have like the CleanSparks, the Maras, the ciphers that made money last quarter instead of losing it. All right, let me get caught up with comments here. I've done a bad job. We're going to get caught up. Why don't I have a Lambo yet, sir? That's a great question. You should, Patrick. I'll talk to somebody. Sanjay. Hey, Jesse, how would you exit from CLSK in the long run? I will exit early. So I think the target for me is 140. I'd probably be out at 100. And based on current levels with CleanSpark, and I would move into less multiplier effect things like MicroStrategy. First, I dial out of miners, and I dial out of the ones that have run the most. Then I'll dial out of MicroStrategy. Unless for some reason MicroStrategy takes the lead and does much better than miners for a period of time. I don't think it will, but I'd dial out of that next. And then after that, it would be like ETFs that I would dial out of. But I'm going to dial out of my multipliers because I think miners are, from my experience in the past, and then factoring in the fact that they're larger now than they were before, and so there's diminishing returns, and then there's diminishing returns with returns for Bitcoin every cycle. I think miners can still do a 3 to 4x the underlying asset of Bitcoin, and I think MicroStrategy can do a 2x multiplier the underlying asset of Bitcoin. So just like I dialed out of options and I don't own Mara options anymore or MicroStrategy options anymore or CleanSpark options anymore, even though I had options for CleanSpark when it was in the ones under $2. I don't have that anymore because it's a multiplier of risk, right? It's a multiplier of returns and also a multiplier of risk. I got rid of that phase. I only do that in the depths of the bear. And so now I'm just in miners and MicroStrategy. I don't own a lot of Bitcoin ETFs. This is my play. For the most part, this and shitcoins. And again, dial out of the shitcoins. Definitely the shitcoins. The shittiest of the shitcoins I will dial out probably first. So that's probably the first in the list. Maybe a tie with miners if they've done really well. And then MicroStrategy's next. But I dial out of all that stuff. And then lastly, I would dial out of the ETFs. But you remove the leverage. Remove the multipliers as we go higher. That's how you do it. David, let's see here. Let me make sure I'm reading all these comments. Bitfarms, please. I did that. Except for usually my life on high. Usually post the halving. Bitcoin does give returns in about 90 to 120 days. Yep, true. So the upside in Bitcoin seems to be more related to QQ. My life on high, except for the first halving. Dylan, like, sir. Yeah, like, please like, guys. Take the time to like so that this gets spread out to more people. And if you guys want to comment, too, comment. The more it just broadens the audience, and I want to grow this channel. It helps me. And so I'm trying to help you guys. If you can help me too, it's great. And it takes like no effort to do it. Let me see. CLSK price looking hard. It looks great. Henry Padilla, any other higher price strike for 2026? Do not buy 2026 leaps again on options. They will not make any money. They might go up over the short period of time, but you're betting on the Bitcoin halving cycle to go out further than it's ever went before in the history of the stock of the investment class, at a time when there's more inflow potential than we've ever seen in its history. So I would say that that's a super dangerous bet. Nobody should be in January 2026 or July 2026 leaps on Bitcoin miners or MicroStrategy or anything else that's Bitcoin related. You will get fucked. Stay the fuck out of it, please. I don't even think you should be in options, but if you're already in and you've lost a shit ton of money, I would hold it personally, not financial advice, right now, and wait till at least your miners hit their 52-week highs again or higher before selling. I wouldn't get out of it right now because you already fucked up. So I would stay in it, but I would not. I would sell that shit, especially January, anything 2026 on Bitcoin miners and MicroStrategy, you need to get the fuck out of because you will not make money on that. If anything, the cycle is going to be expedited and happen quicker. It's like it's gonna blow its load, for lack of better terms, because it's more excited than it's ever been. Just pretend like you got this hottie in front of you. You're super fucking excited. You're all loaded up and ready to go. It's a horrible analogy. But Bitcoin's kind of like that right now, right? We've got greater paths for inflows because of the ETFs and more tools and more banks that are, allowing custody of Bitcoin and doing all the things. Everybody's trying to wrap themselves around Bitcoin and the opportunity here. It's the best store of value on the planet. Larry Fink says it's gold 2.0. This is such a huge thing. It's so excited that if anything, it's going to blow its load early because it's so excited and ready to go. And it's going to go when it goes, right? So you don't want to be further out. You want to be less far out if you did an options play. And the options aren't even attractive right now. Great analogy. Thanks, PD. It's probably could have been better, but whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, so if anything, it's going to happen quicker. It's not going to happen slower. And don't be in options. They're not a good deal. I just showed you CleanSpark. It's not even a 2-to-1, guys. I don't touch shit unless it's at least 3-to-1 to 10-to-1, the underlying asset. So just be safe. But again, don't get out yet. If you've already fucked up, maybe stick with it for a bit, get it to where it's back, and then get the fuck out. And then just get into stock and be smart. Please. That's the recommendation I'm making to everybody. I'm saying this because I care about you guys and I don't want you to get fucked. Let me see here. What else we got? Any other high price strike? Jesse, if someone can't make the live stream, is there a way for members to ask for a stock? Yes. Yes. I've already posted the market recap. I do that in the morning, and then I usually post about it on X. I don't think I did it today, but you can just look towards my streams, see that there's one coming up, and go in there and comment. If you do that before other people, I'll get to you earlier. That's how it works. So do that. Go in there early and put that in there. All right, Sanjay, my life on high, he posts in the recap. Yeah, thanks, dude. You guys are awesome. Thank you for answering questions. I appreciate it. Gar Top 33, I just need more cash so I can invest and buy more. Bust your ass and get more cash, dude. Do whatever it takes. Get more cash. I'm going to jump over to Bitcoin while I look through more here. Again, Bitcoin just is not dropping. And again, if we look here at Glassnode, we don't see a lot of incentive for it to drop. We don't see a lot of incentive, guys. So if the incentive isn't there for it to go lower, what do you think it's going to do? My life on high, SMCI looks like it's breaking out of a pennant pattern. Cool, but I'll have to check that later. I'm not doing anything that isn't Bitcoin related right now. Daryl Farrell, market makers make money by liquidating other accounts. It depends. So I should say this. Yes, they can. Should they? No. They shouldn't do that. It's probably not legal, right? And you shouldn't do that. But a lot of market makers can just be whales that have massive amounts of money and influence. And they can do things on markets where they create cascading liquidations. And those cascading liquidations will create something like the God candle that I think we're going to see in the next 3 months on Bitcoin. And the God candle will launch the price of Bitcoin because billions and billions and billions of dollars will get liquidated and they'll have to buy Bitcoin. And it will create a cascade that just drives the price higher. So yes, people use liquidation levels to move the price. Those are whales and they can be market makers. They shouldn't be market makers, but they can be. Take a look at CLSK, Costas. I already did. My life on high, Sanjay. I have even tried, but he hasn't seen them. I usually do. So again, get in there early. You can do it before the stream starts. And I start at the top. And I usually make it at least 3/4 of the way through the comments, if not further. So you should be good if you're doing it right. Mo Money. Good morning, everyone. Jesse, thanks for this for this morning's live chat. You're welcome. Phil, overnight Robinhood and short borrowed 28 of my shares overnight. Phil, on MicroStrategy. Casper Holt, what's your take on DXY? I think it's actually starting to weaken. Let's look at it here. Or I think it will. I think oil is weakened. Let's look at that. So this is so funny. I can't say it's funny because what's going on in the Middle East is kind of a tragedy as much as it is funny. But oil is down 3% today, guys. And I called this yesterday in the market recap. I said, hey guys, I think oil's going to break down. Look at this. It's a descending triangle. And now it's made its measured move, so it might find support here. But it's down 3% today. That's going to help with inflation in the months ahead. Let's look at the dollar and see what it's doing. The dollar is up 0.08%. I said the dollar could kind of meander around here and chop and just go sideways. I still hold that to be true. I don't think we're going to get a major move on the dollar unless there's a massive flight to safety, which means something fucking bad happened. That could be geopolitical. We could see oil go up again. But so far, oil is our leading indicator on the broader markets when it comes to inflation and what's happening in the Middle East. Oil moves before the dollar. And oil is telling us, it's a big fucking nothing burger again, which doesn't surprise me at all. All right. Benedict, like as always. Yes, like if you're in this stream, do your part to support this. Henry Padilla for Tesla. I'm not sure what you mean. James Harold. Hi, Jesse, everyone. I hope everyone is loading up their bags. You should be, guys. Dylan, my Tesla stocks are down 40%. Not sure if I should liquidate to get the 2026. So that is a way of doing it, and it's what I did. So here's the thing, though. You got to... Dylan, if you haven't done options before, man, watch my fucking options video. You have to... Just look up Options 101 under my channel. You'll find it. You have to understand options, guys. I don't want people jumping into options and not know what they're getting fucking into. Okay? You need to understand how you make and lose money. You need to understand that every dime you put into Tesla options can be lost completely, whereas stock cannot. So can you do that though? Fuck yeah, you can do that, dude. I did that when Tesla was at $100. I sold all my stock, or right about that, in 2022. I sold all my stock on Tesla, and then I bought the fucking dip, and it turned out really good for me. And I've done that now. I own virtually no Tesla stock right now. It's all in options. And I've been saying for months that I'm ready. Because again, we're at a phase 4 consolidation pattern for Tesla, right? We can see the other phases. If we go back here, we can see phase 1. It grinded for 704 bars, 704 days. We can see phase 2. It was about 911. We can see phase 3. It was about 917. We're in phase 4, and we're at 882. So we're already deep in the consolidation. And I showed this earlier. The RSI is oversold right now on Tesla. And this is I won't be going any further into this. We'll get back to Bitcoin related stuff. But for Tesla, the RSI is as oversold as it's been. It's the 4th lowest level that we've seen really in 9 years on the weekly time frame. And every other time it marked the bottom, and it marked a high value buying area. We're only down 0.83% on Tesla right now. I would say that's a high value buying area. Can we go to the gap at the 140? Sure. Buy fucking more. But yes, it's a way of like dollar cost averaging, right? Because you're selling your Tesla stock and you're buying something that is a lever to the upside. So what I did, I sold all of mine, but you could sell part of yours in theory, not financial advice. Understand how options work. Understand you can lose it all. Watch the fucking video. But you could buy into that and run the calculator, the options calculator. You could make a shit ton of money. Let me show you what I can make right now on Tesla based upon what I have. And then we'll get back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's kind of chopping right now anyway, so fucking. I've got June 2026. You could look at December too. Compare it for yourself. I've got 330 strikes because I didn't want to be too greedy, right? I paid a lot more for these than other people have. But I'll tell you the number I have here. I've got about 190 of these at an average price of about 22.20. Now, if I think that we could see $900 on Tesla's price, but I think that it might just go back to its all-time high. I'm giving it 4.5 years to get back to its all-time high. Actually, almost 5 years for it to get back to its all-time high again. If it did that around the 420 range, if it did that in the next 2+ years, I would make somewhere between probably like $1.75 million. I would make 455% off of 188% upside move. Now, if it does what I think it can do, and again, so let's just look out here. If it does what I think it can do, which is go higher than its high, let's say it goes to the 600 range, that's the next fib level, or it gets to the golden retracement zone, which is the $900 level, right? If Tesla did those things, let's look at how much I make. $600 if it did that in the next 2+ years. So by June, is that 600? All right, by June, if it did that, I would make $4.7 million. If it can do a 285% move, which it's done already. It did that last time when it went to 100 and then went up to 300, right? That was roughly a 50% move, something like that. So it's done something close to this already. I'm giving it over 2 years to do that. And if you look at it this way, $600 is like a 50% fucking move above its all-time high, which would have been 5 years earlier. I can make 1,100% off of a 285% move. And here's the deal. It's better than that now. Because it's not 2220 right now, guys. Fuck no, it's not. It's 1680. So let's pretend that I went all in on the bottom here. I put $320,000 in. Let's say it goes to $600. Let's say it only goes to 420 whatever-ish. I make $1.7 million. Let's say that it goes up to the $600 level at that next fib. I make $5.2 million, 1,230%. Let's say it goes to 900. I make 2,400%, $10.4 million at the golden retracement zone, which is a roughly 120% higher increase versus what it was at before on its previous high 2.5 years ago. I don't know if you're good at math, you guys, but these are good fucking numbers. These are good fucking numbers. This is a 4x return versus the underlying asset. 4 to 5x versus the underlying asset. This is a good fucking opportunity. I think I just answered your question, Kyle, without trying to. I mean, watch my other Tesla option videos, guys. Watch my options video. Understand asymmetric bets. I like CleanSpark stock, maybe more so over the short term, Kyle. But I think they're both. I equal weight them, right? Because like I think CleanSpark can go 10 to 15x over the next couple of years, but I think Tesla could do. I mean, if this thing's right, I could make 20. I'd say they're both really good, but I'd say Tesla could have more downside pressure over the next week or two than I think CleanSpark can have. But they're both fucking awesome. All right, what else did I have in here? I made my blowing your load analogy. I think that was pretty fucked up. All right, Henry Padilla, I only hold shares of CleanSpark and a bunch of options of Tesla. That sounds good, man. To me, what do I know? I'm some guy in his fucking basement. I'm a high school dropout. A loser for most of my life. Arguably still a loser. I mean, some people don't like me. I get negative comments. But I'm losing weight. My tummy issues are getting better. I made 700% last year. I'm getting a Cybertruck in the next month. I don't know. I've got a good life. I got good friends that I love. I've got a wife I love. I got a child I love. I'm gonna side with the fact that I'm not a loser, and I get to do what I want to do all day, right? And it's not just making money off of you guys, because I make dick off of you. $3 for a starter pack, and then some advertising dollars. So I don't make anything really, comparatively. So fuck those guys. Mark LeBlanc, I'm about to sell my mountain bike to buy to buy the fucking dip. It's snowing here anyways. Do what you got to do, man. I mean, fucking, I might mortgage my house. I don't think my house, I mean, it's probably worth something. I might mortgage my house. We'll see if I need to. I'll do all kinds of shit. But again, I think we're near the bottom. Henry Padilla, totally agree on not buying options for CleanSpark. Reason I don't own them. Sorry for the confusion. Okay, cool. I just wanted to voice that to other people because I see so many people that own options in the Bitcoin and crypto space right now, and they just suck. And I just don't want people to get fucked. I want them, when we go back up again, I want them to get the fuck out and get stock and definitely not own 2026. I don't want anybody to get fucked. People were asking about Solana, guys. O-Sol, and then I think it's G-Sol is the grayscale product. These things run at a 300 to 500% fucking premium versus their underlying assets. So if you own that shit, you have massive downside risk. These things could drop 66 to 90%, and they would be at fair value. Don't do stupid shit. I don't want people I know or that follow me losing a bunch of fucking money. Definitely not off of stupid shit. Please don't do stupid shit. That's all I ask. That and like this shit. Can you take a look at Snowflake? I can't now, Danny, but if you jump over to the market recap stream and put in your comments now, I will look at it then. I'm trying not to. I know I jumped off into Tesla. I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to keep this Bitcoin related. Ooh, and looking at Bitcoin, look at this. We're magically back above the support line again. One could almost draw a line here. And let's see where it is. We could still go lower. I'm not saying we can't go lower. Don't misquote me. But one could almost say that we're turning into a bull flag. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to put this a different color so it really stands out. I'm going to do this up here too. And I'm going to bold it because I want you guys to really just see this, and then we'll zoom out. arguably, arguably, and you could do this too, because this is kind of fair, right? We got a wick up here, so you can kind of do this. You could do something like this and make an argument that Bitcoin is lining up for a bull flag. I can tell you what, I didn't like this pattern back here. I didn't like how this was just happening. Like, this is scary, right? When it does this shit, because you know you're going to break down. But this was beautiful. And this is starting to look pretty fucking good, guys. This is starting to look pretty fucking good. Let's see what else we got here. Lucas, BTC just broke 60 again. Oof. Yeah, but now it's at 60,800. Down we go. Now up we go. Hesse Sports Cards. Anyone else buying BTC in the 50s? Fuck, I think you should have been. And if you were doing that, man, more power to you, brother. I was buying Microstrategy down 9% on the day. I'm not going to buy more because I've already devoted like 40,000 worth of capital today between Tesla and Microstrategy. And I feel like that's enough. Maybe I should do more to Tesla, though. Tesla's down again. Nope. Tesla's not even. Tesla's down only 0.4 or 5.4%. I think we're finding bottoms in the market, guys. I really do. Dylan, the price is now is extremely good, I'd say. Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Who cares about 12%, 13% downside risk when for the next year you might have 145% upside? I don't. That's a nice number. That's like, so downside risk versus upside is like a 1 to 11 ratio. I'm going to side with upside. That's just me. You guys do you. Still averaging in. NGL, though, feeling scary. What's NGL? Is that a stock or is that just, I don't know what the acronym is. If it's one, I don't know what it is. Patrick Reddy, what's the name of this website you're using, Jesse? The one I'm on right now. Oh, maybe you were talking about CoinGlass? This is coinglass.com for liquidation levels. They have really crazy stuff here. They got real-time open interest. They got all like there's so much shit in here. They got ETF premiums and discounts. Not gonna lie. Oh, okay. Shit, I should know that, but I'm old. I'm 40. I'm gonna be 40 something. I'm not gonna say what it is. The latter part of 40. And I retired, over 4 years ago when I was 42. I'll give you that much. But this site, CoinGlass, is fucking amazing. It's got so much good stuff in it. Like, guys, like, you should check it out. Lucas, have you guys also round-tripped your shitcoin profits? Was up like 70%. I've been buying. I didn't buy since this weekend. I bought, like, I put another 25, 35,000 in shitcoins over the weekend. Might do more of that today. I don't know. Solana. I don't know. We'll see. Lucas, still averaging in, need more cash. Okay, I got that one already. What's the name of the website? Answered that. Lucas, 3 basic option calculators all over. Just give it a yeah, I like optionsprofitcalculator.com. If we're talking about that, I like that one. I like CoinGlass for liquidation stuff. You guys already know visualstocks.com, visual with a Z instead of an S in visual. These are things I love, guys. They're very, very worth it. I actually think let's look at crypto bubbles. I got a feeling in the last hour. Yeah, look at that shit. So just like stocks and a lot of other stuff, we're getting a recovery here, guys. We're getting a recovery, and I think oil. Let me get back to oil. Where was oil? Where am I oil at? I don't even know. Did I close oil? There's Cypher. Let me see. Miners. DXY. Oil. There we go. Oh, it's US. Oil's down 3.3% now. Did I call that shit yesterday or did I call that? So again, we could actually break down to the 50 on the daily and even the 200 on the daily and test that before trying to find support. But over the short term, it's a good signal. It's a signal that helps markets. Dollar's up 0.1%. That's nothing bad. Oh, hey, thanks. Thanks, Anurag. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Bondia, I appreciate you, man. But this right now, this is boring. The dollar's boring. I like boring on the dollar. I love oil plummeting. I think that that's fucking great too. And I love the fact that we're near bottoms, I think, on Tesla and Bitcoin, and that the miners are showing us those bottoms. because the TerraWolf is up almost 3%, Bitfarms is up 1.17, Hut's up 1.4, CleanSpark's up 1%, Iron's up 1%, Riot's up 0.12%, Cypher is basically flat, and even Mara is only down 0.48%. It's MicroStrategy that's getting the pain today, and I think it's because it's got the highest amount of short interest out of all these, with Mara coming in second. And I'm going to put, while we're looking at this here, I'm going to keep my crypto bubbles up because I want to see what's happening on the day, on the hour here. I want to see if these are getting bigger or lower. Where's Solana on this list? So where we at? Arbitrum's up 0.9. Everybody see Sol? All right, I'll just look it up. Fuck it. So Sol is around the 131 level. That is a good level in my opinion. Look at this. It was at 204. It was at 204, and now we're way down here. If you guys don't own Solana, man, not financial advice, but might be a good time. Diego, there's always haters, bro. Yep, there always is, man. You can't do what I'm doing on here if you can't handle people that are assholes, because there are so many. Every day I probably see 10 or more assholes that I have to block or to tell the fuck off. Dustin, P11, lose the right things, not the wrong. Most people get in debt, lose money, and lose loved ones the older they get. Yeah. Investing is a much better thing than holding a bunch of crap. And money isn't as important as you think it is. Time is more important. Being around the people you love is more important. Yeah. Freedom, friends, and family are the most important. The rest is noise. That's 100%, dude. And I learned that a lot more. I learned that lesson a lot more after retiring over 4 years ago, because I thought that was the thing, right? I thought, hey, I'm a multimillionaire. I'm retired. Actually, I wasn't even a multimillionaire yet, so I can't say that. I was aspirationally a multimillionaire. I got there eventually. It was tough retiring before you were a millionaire even, but I did it. I only had $375,000, but I knew what was happening, and I knew I was going to be rich. But anyway, I digress. I thought being a millionaire and then being a multimillionaire, and now I give myself the number of 10 and 20 million. Those are my targets now, right? But it's just money. It's just money. The happiest moments I have with my money are when I can use it to help the people I love. And the Cybertruck, I'm not going to lie. I will fucking spend that shit. But that's different, man. I just love technology. I love the future. I love supporting Elon Musk. I love supporting a better tomorrow, and whatever way I can do that, I'm going to do that. And so, like, if I can spend my money on that shit, if I can spend my money on the people I love, and then just have more time and my health, right? People ignore this. I was killing myself for a long time, drinking like 10 cups of coffee a day, like just fuck. I don't even want to talk about the physical complications that come from that, but I really destroyed myself physically, and I'm trying to get out of it now, and hopefully I will. But take care of your health, man. Your health is the greatest form of wealth, because if you don't have that, you can't help the people around you, and be the best version of yourself to them. So take care of your health. Realize what the value of money is a very important thing to understand. It just provides opportunity. There's nothing, I listened to somebody say this yesterday, there's nothing you can buy in the mall that you'll give a fuck about in 10 years. And that's true, right? But like the love of your family, the legacy you leave behind, the world you help create, those things will have power. And I think, somebody else, I think it was a rapper actually, said, I didn't understand the value of money until I learned to give it away. And then I understood its value. And so like he said the happiest time he'd ever had was giving his money away. And I agree with that too. If you can give it to the people that need it, if you can just enrich people's lives in whatever way you can, just even with your time, even if you don't have a lot of money, it's worth doing. You'll find a greater self-esteem from all that. If you think it's in a Lambo, you're going to be really sad. And I don't want anybody to be sad. Casper Holt, do you put anything in the Fed beige book in 2 hours? Nah, I probably should look at it. But no, I mean, I don't care about half that stuff. The Fed just needs to lower rates. And then again, there's data I hope can maintain. I'm not as optimistic as the job market as a lot of people are because, again, the jobs we've been losing are full-time and the jobs we've been gaining are part-time. And it might look good on paper, but it's not good in reality for our economy over the long haul. So I'm not super excited about it. Just got an alert from Palantir, so I'm going to see what that's about. It looks like Bitcoin's still dropping a little bit, but I still think maybe we're getting a bull flag. I'm going to stick with that. Actually, I want to save this real quick because I don't want to lose my chart. So I will pull Palantir up for just a second here and see what it's doing. Is it going higher? Because we could bounce. I said yesterday, we're hitting that fib. Nope, it's lower. So this is a really, I mean, if you're interested in Palantir, this is a good level, in my opinion. It's right at that fib. It's at a level where we could bounce from here. Don't have to. But this is a good level, right? Because this used to be previous support. Then it turned into resistance. Now, could it be support again on the fib level? Maybe. Could wick underneath of that, though. Could get down to fill this gap all the way down to the 18s. It's possible. But slowly and slowly, Palantir is becoming a better value. I didn't think it was at 27. I remember I sold a bunch up here, and then I bought some more over here, and then I sold it again right away because I wanted to buy other stuff like Bitcoin miners and Tesla. But we're still up 260%. I think I have a share, so I can say we. All right, let's go back over here. You're helping so many people. I try to, man. Hopefully I will. Hopefully I will. That's my intent. Diego Ramirez, do you think keeping cash for a potential real estate crash is a good move? I don't think real estate's going to crash. I don't think it's going to crash. If it does, the whole economy is crashing. But I don't think it's going to crash. I think if anything, it's going to be reinvigorated if we lower rates in time, which I still have conviction that we're going to. Real quick, so I did a live stream yesterday with Jay Powell talking, and he was actually really negative and super bearish, and it actually made me think that maybe it's July or even September before we get a rate cut. But then I listened to the other Feds talk yesterday, and they were like, I forget which one said which, but one of them was like, I think three rate reductions this year is still probably on par. Another one said that we probably will see rate cuts fairly soon. But then Jay Powell comes out and says the exact opposite. And another one said basically the same thing, like that rates are probably still getting cut. Probably not. It's probably not going to wait until the latter part of the year. So we get that kind of communication from the Fed. I barely drink caffeine, Amit. I drink decaf, so I get like a little bit, but I barely drink caffeine anymore. I've quit a lot of stuff, quit spicy food, quit a bunch of shit. But anyway, back to the Fed. So I'm getting mixed signals, but I still think that there's hope that they lower rates in the future. All right, let me see here. Where did I leave off? Do you think keeping? Oh, okay, Dylan. I can smell the news come Friday. For what? For the Bitcoin halving. Totally, dude. I actually think that could be I think it's going to be different this time. I think people might actually get excited because there's tons of news narratives that are new this cycle that we haven't had before, which could lead people to think that we're going to bounce quicker. And I would say that that's probably legitimate. So yeah, I think that's true, bro. I agree with that. David Y, not a BTC question, but I own Tesla stock and options. Would you suggest selling some of the stock and buying more options? I just went over that a little bit ago. Maybe just go back in the video, or maybe you already saw it because the comment was from a while ago. But you can get a 4x multiplier. So if Bitcoin gets to 325 at the current levels, like in the next year, it's actually got to get higher than that because of the premium. But if it does that, like let's say in the next year and a half, you get to 325 on Bitcoin. You can make 189% off of a 124% move. But where it really gets special is where you get to previous all-time highs again. So if Bitcoin made 172% move in the next 2+ years, you could make 2x that, potentially 3x that, depending on the timing, if it happens a little less than 2 years. And then if it gets to the $600 level, it just gets stupid at the next fib here, which I think is very doable. Then you start looking at 3-4x returns, and you get almost to 5x returns if we go up to the $900 target. So the multiplier, again, you can lose everything, unlike the stock. You can lose everything if it doesn't hit your targets. So you need to look at the bottom numbers here. But I would say that giving almost 5 years for Tesla to get back to its all-time high, which was right around a little bit under 420, is pretty realistic. And that's a 389% move or a 2x multiplier versus the underlying if that happens the next 2+ years. So I like those odds. I like the odds for the return for Tesla with the options play, but remember the risk. All right. Do you think keeping care? All right, got that one. David Y. Not. Oh yeah, that was you. Benedict, send it. Dylan. Oh, not looking good. Casper. Do you put anything in the Fed beige book? We already looked at that one. Gentleman asking the website meant for the options page, not coin glass. Okay, cool. Well, you got them all now. Dylan, can you teach us how you hodl cash and deploy it only on dips? Had cash, but I deployed them when markets were still going. I never do that. You already know the answer, Dylan. I never do that. I don't deploy cash when things go up. I have a rule of deploying when they're going down. Maybe flat on the day, that might be an exception, but I only buy on down days. So that's, if you just give yourself that rule, then you'll do better. And then I sell as I do really well and things get overextended, which is why a couple of weeks ago I had $750,000 in cash, and why now I got dick. I think I got $30,000 in cash, and I'd have to sell some other assets or bring some other money in if I wanted to buy more. So I'm really low now while I think we're at the bottom. But you've already got the answer, Dylan. Just don't do the stupid shit. Don't buy on the way up, buy on the way down. Dollar cost on the way down, guys. That's the way to do it. If you just want to be simple, buy when it's down. If you love your favorite thing, buy it as it goes down, and buy more of it when it really gets to levels that are super oversold. BD, dropping wisdom, I try. Mark LeBlanc, if anything, I try and do it just so I reiterate it to myself, because I don't always follow my own advice, right? Because I'm a hypocrite, just like everybody else on this earth. Mark LeBlanc, are you saying I shouldn't be pulling out? I've never considered that. What do you mean by pulling out, Mark? Pulling out of what? Sorry. Can you clarify your statement? I already answered it. MITs, intelligent computing. Oh shit, a live stream. Yes, sir. I should have advertised that. I did not. This is my second one today. I did another one on Tesla a little bit ago, and now I did one on Bitcoin because we were dropping. Kind of jumped around into Tesla too. I should go over here and see how Bitcoin's doing again. It's underneath our line, so I'm going to turn this red. But I got to say, again, just reiterate, the minor strength that we're seeing today makes me super optimistic. Just because if I pull over here and I look at all these green miners, I got to say, it feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. All right. Bob W., can you talk about Michael J. Saylor selling all of his holdings in Microstrategy's Class A common stock? I can't. What happened? Intelligent computing, buy at the bottom of the red candles, sell at the top. So here's the deal. So Bob, I don't know what you mean by that. Let me see if there's an article I can look at. Was that from a while ago? Are you talking about like when he sold a while ago? I mean, I really don't care what he does with his MicroStrategy stock, because I know what he's going to do with the company. I don't see anything interesting here. Yeah, so I don't care personally what he does with that. I don't care because I know that the company is just going to buy more Bitcoin, hold more Bitcoin. And I'm willing to bet he actually has a shit ton more shares. Let me see here real quick. Let's see what Michael Saylor holds. So this is the NASDAQ, right? And this is institutional holdings down in the bottom left. 6,000 shares. Who gives a fuck? Who even fucking cares about that number? Let me see here. So let me see. Where is it? Insider. Sold out. Let me see. I don't know if Saylor appears in here too, or if this is just institutional holdings. Oh, did I click on institutional? Insider. My bad. All right. Saylor sold some shares, huh? Saylor sold. He always sells. He sells shares every fucking day. He sells shares every day. Let's see how many he has, right? Let's not get caught up in stupid shit. Let's see how many he has. Is this right? Insiders shares held 0. Automatically sell. So I don't know if this is through trading. Yeah, he gets shares and he sells them. That seems to be what he does. He gets shares and he sells them. Do you guys have any more than that? I'm imagining he gets paid in shares and he sells them. But, I mean, can you blame him? He was 2x, more than 2x his investment. And let's look real quick here. Let's go over to here. But, yeah, if you guys have more news, let me know. I'm not concerned about it, personally. Because, yeah, they dilute shares. He gets paid in shares. Yeah, so he's diluting the company's shares to buy Bitcoin. He's probably they're probably getting shares issued, too. And then he's selling them as he makes money. And I can tell you what he's probably fucking doing with the shares that he sells. He's probably buying Bitcoin. But he's also creating the most powerful company in the world, potentially, in the future. I would say 5 years from now. It'll be one of the biggest companies in the world, probably in the top 10. That's my guess. So I'm not worried about it. I think he's just buying more personal Bitcoin, just like he's buying more Bitcoin for the company. Can you yeah, okay. Tells you can buy at the bottom of the red candles, sell at the top of the green candles. Yes, exactly, man. Overbought and oversold conditions are a smart way to manage and rebalance your portfolios, especially if you have tax advantaged accounts like IRAs, like Roth, SAP, traditional. I don't give a shit. Ones that you don't have to pay taxes until you sell. Mark LeBlanc, procreation. You cherish your child as you should. I've been pulling out my whole adult life. So, oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, you can do that if you want to, man. Having kids is probably the most special thing that's ever happened in my life. And I wish I hadn't waited so long. My daughter's 10 now. We waited until our early 30s, and my wife now is in her 40s. And so it's just too risky, I think, for us right now. But I wish I would have had more. And I'm grateful for the one that I do have. And I honestly feel like people that don't have kids, and everybody's different in life. We all go on our own journeys, but I feel like it's just it's an amazing experience that I wish everybody could have. And I'm truly grateful for it. Bob W. reporting and Trading View News. Okay, yeah, I think it's bullshit, Bob. Don't pay attention to it. It's just fucking. It's just noise. He always sells them. Look at this. Options execution sold 5,000. Automatic sell, 5,000. Automatic sell, 5,000. Options execution, 5,000. Automatic sell, 5,000. He does this he does 10,000 shares a day, guys. He's selling 10,000 a day. So I don't know what you're worried about. This is just what he does. And so again, use tools like this. The NASDAQ, under insider activity, you can see all this stuff. You can look up individual people. You guys can do this too, okay? So just know the tools that are available to you. Yeah, right? That's exactly what he does, Benedict. Saylor exchanges shares for fiat and then exchanges that for BTC. And he does that both within his company and he does that personally. So he's selling shares that he's getting from options and just his automatic sells. He's selling these shares. They get issued. He sells them. And then he's probably buying fucking Bitcoin with that too, personally. The man is heavily invested. He's balls deep. Dude, don't fuck around because he don't want to be poor. All right. Now looking here, again, there isn't much happening. Maybe we'll drop more. I think I've said a lot of what I want to say on this stream. If you guys haven't liked, please like and add comments, during the stream, after the stream, whatever. It all helps. I want to get out more. I want to grow the channel. We're over 14,000 subscribers now and we're over 1,100 paying members. It's really cool. It's $2.99 for you guys to be able to be a member. And then daily on the market recap, you can ask for stocks. And I will pull them up and tell you what they look like from a technical level and what they look like from a financial level using visualstocks.com. And we'll look at other things like options calculators and, again, just all kinds of stuff. Insider trading, all kinds of things we'll look at. And I'm getting new tools that will show more in depth what's going on with short interest. Also, it looks like Seeking Alpha is going to give me a membership so that I can, be a partner with them or give me a membership to use to decide whether I want to be a partner with them. Because I told them, I'm like, I can't be a partner on something I don't use. So I'm going to have more insights coming from that. There's a lot of people hitting me up. So my tools are going to get better and better. And then the people, the higher the quality people we get in here and chat and working together and on X, the better we're going to get. The better we're going to get, because you guys already, it's amazing since my YouTube channel, how much better information I'm getting both on YouTube and also from X. I was happy about hitting 20, 30,000 near the end of last year, by summer, whatever. And then at the beginning of last year, a year ago, I had 200 fucking followers on X, roughly, and I didn't have a YouTube channel. And the amount of input I get from you guys since that time has helped me exponentially. I don't even have to look stuff up. I don't have to be going through my feed all the time on X. I just look at my notifications from you guys, and you guys are sending me all kinds of amazing shit that I might have missed. So the more we grow, the higher the quality of people we get on this YouTube channel, the more people that are joining on X, the better my data gets. The more informed I get, the more timely I'm going to get, the more tools I'm going to get as people give them to me for free, just so that I can talk about their product every once in a while. And here's the thing, I'm only going to do that with ones that are good. I'm only going to do that. I talk about visual stocks. I talk about optionsprofitcalculator.com. I've had many other people, influential people, that have asked me to basically, they told me they'd give me stock in their company so that I can promote their shit, or told me that they'll give me stable coin. I've got a bunch in my chat, guys, from different companies. I'm not going to name them. I don't want to shame them. But that basically saying they'll give the farm to me if I can promote their shit, which would enrich me, right? But do you know how many of those fucking offers I've taken up? 0. Outside of me pitching Robinhood because I like it. I use it. I made a shit ton of money off of it. I can't wait for my gold card. SoFi, which I still believe in, but I like Robinhood more right now, honestly. Tesla, referral codes, right? TradingView, they gave me a year subscription for free. I got that, right? But I fucking love TradingView. And then Visual Stocks, I don't even make anything from Visual Stocks. I don't make anything from Alejandro. I'm just trying to help him because it's a great fucking product. So I will tell you guys if I'm getting anything in the way of compensation, but I make the bulk of my money off of YouTube right now. It's like 7-1 versus X. And then I took away all my referral codes. The only reason I even had referral codes on, or I shouldn't say all of them. I think almost all of them are gone. All the, like, you can give me cash through PayPal and all this other shit. That's all gone, right? And I did that. I got rid of that shit because, honestly, the only reason I put it in there was because people kept asking, how can I tip you? How can I tip you? How can I tip you? And I had no way to do memberships. I had referral codes, but people are like, can I just give you some money, dude? I appreciate it. I've made a bunch of money. And so I gave them a way to fucking do that, right? To support my work. But I don't need that anymore. You can support my work on here. And if products are great, I'm going to recommend them to you. And I'll let you know when I partner with people. I'll be very fucking transparent on what I do. Okay? That's my promise to you. And I won't just start jacking up fees and creating Patreons and Discords and all this other bullshit. And again, for some people that might be valuable. I'm not going to shit on Invest Answers. I think he does great work. I know he's got a Patreon. He might have a Discord. I don't fucking know. I know Sebastian Ski with the Bitcoin mining community has a Patreon. But there's high value there, and I subscribe to both of those, okay? But for the most part, though, I think a lot of people, it's just money grabs. Again, Meet Kevin. I like Meet Kevin, but he's got all kinds of money grabs right now. And I love that he's diversifying his income. I think he's probably spread himself a little thin. And I don't know if people get as much value as they should get. Like that's my take. And I don't think he's as good of an investor as he leads people to believe. He talks the right game, and he changes his opinion so he can reflect timing and make it look like he was really good at something in the past, like, I don't know, Voyager, FTX. these things that he made money off of on the past, where before he made money off of them, he told you that they were shit and that you shouldn't invest in them. And then he started pitching them because they gave him money, like FTX gave him $250,000. So he started pitching it like a bunch of other people. And then later on, he talks about it as, guys, I'm looking out for you. I told you about FTX. I told you about this. I told you about this. I told you about this. When in actuality, the timing of those events maybe is a little more sus and not as clear as it should have been. So I'm going to try not to be like that. I'll be honest with you. When I fuck up, I'll tell you I fucked up. When I'm getting money from people, I'll tell you. Shit, I've even shown you guys how much I fucking make off of YouTube. I've shown you how much I make off of X. Somebody asked just this last week how much money I was making on YouTube. I fucking showed them. So I will be transparent with you. And I think that's going to be the key difference between me and anybody else I can think about on FinTwit or YouTube. So if you want shit like that, if you want somebody who's fucking transparent and who might be providing value, support this group, ring the bell, do all the things so that you know when these things come up. And I think it'll be great for all of us. And for now, I'm just going to leave with this. You guys have a great day. Peace out. See you at 3 p.m.
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.
Buy that fucking dip. Yeah. Buy that fucking dip. Oh. Buy that fucking dip. Dump it on the top and spit. Buy that shit. Buy that fucking dip. Yeah. Buy that fucking dip. Yeah. When it drops.